Hi guys, so I'm gonna read More Fun Comics number 55, the Spectre story. So I'm gonna read a lot of Spectre stories, because there's a lot of like artifacts the Spectre uses, and there's certain characters that appear for the first time. As well as there's links, because there's Doctor Fate stories as well. So I'm gonna read a bunch of the Spectre stories. But The Spectre by Jerry Siegel and Bernard Bailey. Police headquarters receives an urgent call from the First National Bank. Jim Corrigan and Wayne Grant, detectives, are excitedly received by the bank's manager. What's the trouble? Come into my private office. Arrest this man. Though a clerk here for 10 years, he's been embezzling funds. But it's not true, I tell you. And who are you? I'm Simmons, the bookkeeper. I must show no signs of nervousness. He can't possibly guess I'm guilty. But unfortunately for Simmons, Jim possesses the ability to read minds. A $10,000 bond. Quite a luxury for a bookkeeper. Give me that. There's the real criminal. Simmons? Incredible. Keep your hands up. I'm clearing out of here, and none of you try to stop me. Now, as Simmons backs towards the room's exit, invisible to the others, the figure of the Spectre emerges from Jim's body. Keep back!
Not thinking of leaving, are you?
Huh? Who in blazes are you?
Someone who intends to see to it that...
Actually, I don't know what kind of voice I want to do. I can't remember what kind of voice I did for Spectre last video. I don't know, I'll just kind of continue on with it.
Someone who intends to see to it that you don't thwart justice.
The Spectre's figure and voice is apparently only to Simmons. He's speaking to himself. The man's mad. I know the gun's loaded, but the bullets aren't coming out. Click, click, click.
Because I willed it so. Will you confess your crime, or do you prefer to come into the valley of death with me?
Those terrible eyes! I cannot bear to look into them. Let me go! I'll confess. I did it. I'll tell everything. That's odd. Just as he was escaping, he confessed of his own free will. Later, after Jim and Wayne deposit the prisoner at their headquarters, how about spending the evening with me, like old times? Sorry, can't make it. A ghost can't follow normal pursuits. Jim, look out! And a car runs him over. I swore that I'd attend to that interfering copper, and I always keep my word. Those cold-blooded killers! They've murdered you! They've... Calm down, I'm just a little shaken up, but no broken bones. You mean you aren't hurt? It's a miracle! Just lucky, I guess. Unobserved by Wayne, the Spectre emerges into existence and starts in pursuit of the fleeing truck. What the? Someone's seated in the hood. But how? He ain't human. Those terrible eyes, they burn into your very soul. Its driver frozen with horror. The truck loses control and hurtles off the edge of the road. But instead of falling, it remains suspended in midair. Hey, what? Defying the laws of nature, the truck backs up across empty space into the road again. I still can't believe it. It's... Whether we're dreaming or not, we're clearing out of here.
That's odd. The truck's strange behavior wasn't my doing. Then how?
Permit me to take credit. But how could... I am Zor, like yourself a spirit confined to earth. Only through the centuries I have spread evil upon this world.
Your career ends now.
We shall see. A fantastic struggle ensues. As the two strange figures battle, they swiftly grow in size. Within minutes, they tower over the countryside of old. So immense are they that as soon they are amidst the blackness of interstellar space. I can't equal your size. Oh, Spectre saying that.
I can't equal your size.
Fool, time has made me your superior. I leave you now to bring real anguish.
Alone. He's gone.
You're certain you're all right? Positive. I wonder what Zor meant by his threat. Struck by a fearful thought, Jim drives swiftly towards the Winston residence. Can he possibly plan to harm Clarice? At that moment, This may prove amusing. Zor transforms himself into an image of Jim Corrigan. And now to carry out my plan. Jim, you came to see me, but I thought I couldn't stay away any longer. I realized what a fool I'd been. Come, elope with me. Okay. Elope? Oh, Jim, you made me so happy. Yeah, I'm probably misunderstanding what that means again. It probably doesn't mean what I think it means. But so Clarice drives off with the person whom she believes to be Jim Corrigan, unaware that she is entering the net of the terrible Zor. When Jim reaches the Winston mansion, may I see Clarice at once? It's important. But Jim, I saw her drive off with you a few moments ago. Transforming himself into the Spectre, Jim streaks in pursuit of Zor.
I've got to reach that monster before he harms Clarice.
Well, an unanticipated visitor. Though Jim is apparently seated at the wheel driving into the air above the speeding car, two figures hover. You know what Zor reminds me of? He reminds me of the band with the black hat in Red Dead Redemption. He's pretty much the same character. He's very well, I think that character is actually the devil. That character is, but this character is kind of similar though. But release that girl, but I prefer not to. As the Spectre leaps towards the girl below, the auto explodes in a dazzling burst of energy.
Zor has escaped into another dimension, but which one?
Jim, we're streaking up through blackness. Frightened? Your face, it's changing. You're not Jim Corrigan. Zor, at your service. As fearful dimensional creatures yammer outside the car, Clarice faints. Later, it's been a long time since I had such a lovely guest. One kiss of death and you shall be imprisoned here in this dimension for all time. But before their lips can meet, Zor's figure starts fading away. What? A flashback. When Zor had disappeared with Clarice.
If only there was some way I could combat Zor. I have it. The voice. Urgent, bring me to you.
Next instant, the Spectre is flashing up through the impenetrable darkness.
The girl, a helpless pawn, is in danger at the hands of Zor. I beg for your intervention.
Zor shall be summoned.
This matter
must be settled between you.
Zor, free that girl.
The Spectre asks favors of Zor, eh? Sorry, I refuse. Once again, Zor vanishes. You now possess the power to track Zor through the dimensions.
I am grateful.
The Spectre pursues Zor through the dimensions until
Zor's castle.
Convenient of the Spectre to walk into the trap I prepared for. The Spectre enters the castle.
Clarice!
That sounds stupid.
Clarice!
But as the Spectre hurries towards Clarice, he is engulfed within a pillar of light and stands transfixed.
I can't move.
Naturally, because you are trapped within the paralysis ray. Here you shall remain throughout the ages.
I must think fast.
Yes, and through the centuries you will be forced to listen to Zor, fling taunts at the Prince of Fools, who thought he could outwit me.
Free me and you can have the written formula for creating life.
The Spectre's plan works.
Well, is it a deal?
I'll take the formula and attend to you later. Freed from the paralysis ray, the Spectre leaps at Zor.
That's all I wanted.
You forget that I am capable of crushing you. The two lock in battle, but due to his evil wisdom, Zor is the more powerful. The secret! Give me the secret! Here! As the Spectre tosses a scrap of paper to the floor, Zor leaps for it with a cry of triumph. The secret of life! Mine! The Spectre's stratagem is successful. As he turns the switch, Zor is imprisoned within the paralysis ray. What?
Who's stupid now? I leave you to the fate you planned for me. Farewell.
Imprisoned for all eternity. The solitude. I'll go mad. Back across the dimensions hurtles the Spectre. When Clarice revives, Jim, I had a terrible experience. It seemed to me that it was just a nightmare. Forget it. It's silly for us to be parted when we care so much. Can't we? No, Clarice. Romance is not for me. Goodbye. As Jim leaves. As Jim
Corrigan, I loved you, Clarice, deeply. But now I am the Spectre. My work is to destroy evil, and to that end I dedicate myself.
So read the astonishingly different adventures of the Spectre every month in More Fun Comics. And it's signed Bernard Bailey, I think that's what it says. I think, or whoever wrote. I know Jerry Siegel. I think it was Bernard Bailey. Yeah, it was. Okay, so anyway, go to the last page. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.